Okay, so I've just come back from shopping. Let's get the old lavender spray. I clear any energies that don't belong to me and return mine immediately. There's a lot coming to light around this full moon, but we're going to look at the we're going to do messages from the ravens, have a look at the collective romance, relationships, soulmates, past lives, and again, these don't always necessarily, they either come out for the divine masculine, for the divine feminine, or it lets me know what the connection is. So, can I have a card, message from the ravens, for the collective romance, unions, past lives, soulmates, protection of the highest level. And we've got this full moon in Gemini. Gemini tend to want to be very logical, but I guess it's this back and forth, a bit like the Pisces with what's logical and what's not. Is that sorry, I got a message from the ravens and I can't actually tell you what it is. So we've got the Seven of Cups at the bottom of the deck, and the Seven of Cups represents choices coming in, decisions to be made. Seven is, I think seven is about free will, but it's lots of cups being offered. Now, I guess this illuminating figure, the raven is on the back and there's this illuminating figure in front. So, like I said, things coming to light. If you've got options coming in, cups, which is obviously offerings in the heart space, emotionally, the seven asks you to kind of look in each cup and see whether it's for you. So you can always feel out if you get offered a decision or a romantic offering. You can kind of, you know, go into your heart space. Is this going to serve my highest good or not? Is this the Chariot? I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to or is it the Death card? I'm going to have to look at my other book just to like I say, I do need to work on my numerals, but these cards are new to me. So it's a cross, 10, is it 10? A cross, and then three ones. Bear with. It's not the sun. It's not rebirth. I reckon it's the Chariot. So the Chariot is making decisions. It's not the Chariot. Come on then. It's how odd. I might have to start this again. I feel quite embarrassed. It's okay. We're all learning. That's not the Hanged Man either. Right, so it's death. It's the Death card. It doesn't look obviously like the normal Death card, but it's the Death card. So it's the end of, which is in alignment with the full moon. I'm going to keep that to the side of me. But the Death card is the end of something, the beginning of something else. It's not physical death, obviously. But when we come up to the full moon, it's the closing out of a cycle. So the Death card represents the end of one phase and the beginning of another. I don't know why there's something on the floor there, but they have the raven behind, and that's good to know for next time. So let's see where this connection is or is around, because obviously with the Death card and then the Seven of Cups, that's a choice. So we may have had to have made that choice to end something, either a relationship or a way of being or a connection. But I want to have it, I want to see what, right, okay, messages from the ravens. So yeah, there's definitely, again, the raven actually passes on, you know, they say ravens they go around, they represent death, but they also represent rebirth. They also are very intelligent, and they are the messengers from the other side. But we've got this, strangely enough, we've got this connection here, and again there's a skeleton in the background. Now when I say that this moon is going to be bringing things to light, this could be skeletons in the closet, or letting go of what's old. But in this connection, which is a flame, there is one flame on the floor, and there's a lot of flames around. Actually, he is a skeleton. So this could be an old flame, because there's only one flame on the floor. It looks like the full moon is in the background. There's a skeleton behind the divine masculine. So it could be skeletons in the closet coming to light around old flames. And there's only one flame. And they're not actually touching. So although her hand and his hand are slightly apart, and his hand isn't actually around her waist, in fact his hand is more, she's reaching. So it could be that there's an ending of, or a closing out of old flames, with this skeleton in the closet. But then when that happens, when we close out, this could be what's coming up collectively in the romance connection, union, and this could be past life as well, because he is an actual skeleton, and there's a skeleton in the background. So it's something that's dead, that's died, it's over, but something's being illuminated around it. So it could also be the death of patterns that we possibly have repeated in attracting these flames, old flames, where we're noticing a repeat. But it's definitely, I find it very interesting that the Death card came out. We've got the skeleton we've got one flame. So this isn't twin flame. This is an old flame. Skeletons, it might be someone coming back from the past, but he is actually a skeleton. Yeah, he's just bones, but they're not touching each other. So you could have memories. There are two flames, actually. There's one in front, but there's one just behind. So this is a death or a closing out of old flames and skeletons, you know what they say, skeletons coming out of the cupboard, so that we can, without a death, we can't be reborn. And then the raven at the bottom, again, is death. It's transformation, it's messages. So there could be messages coming through subconsciously, or you could be dreaming about these old connections that are coming out of the closet. Skeletons in the closet, that's what I keep getting. Coming out of the closet so that we can bring them to light, heal them, and then move on. But you've definitely got messages from the ravens. And next I'm going to go to the romance angels, just to see whereabouts this connection is. That's not, they're not meant to be in there. So they're meant to be in that one. There we go. Let's have a look at them, because sometimes, like I've said before, sometimes, you know, accidents aren't accidents. Trapped in fear and recognition and reward were in the wrong box. So trapped in fear of letting go of these old connections, skeletons, whatever you want to call it. But there's definitely, it's the death of, God, I feel like I've got too many clothes on. The death of, the end of, the closing out of a cycle around this full moon. So where is this death and that connection coming to an end? Something coming out, because skeletons normally represent, skeletons in the closet, or is like secrets or news. But it's also, when we could also see the skeleton as, I mean, something's died, but also it's being stripped down to the bone. And that's what's illuminating. Something is being stripped down to the bone. So this could actually take real vulnerability and authenticity to bring, because there's that massive illumination there of these secrets or whatever it is, but it's been stripped down to the bone. Forgiving and learning. So again, you've got this guy here. And there's this illuminating, you know, light coming in, the same as the light is coming in there. Forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past. So this is what it is. It's letting go of old attachments, although they're not actually attached. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. I don't know why he's got his hand on her head. But a good affirmation for that is, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. Now we've got at the bottom of the deck, trust. This situation is calling for you to have faith. So trust that whatever is, has, died, is you know, wanting to leave, or whatever is coming to light. We need to trust the process of it. I will go back, I'll go back to those, but these are definitely it's death and rebirth, messages, options. 7 is about choice, so obviously it is your choice. And when we forgive, we're not forgiving, we're not saying, right, you know, that behavior was okay. We forgive because we're not holding on to it. It releases us rather than saying, yeah, that's okay, I forgive you. So we have the 6 of Swords, moving on to calmer waters, and there's the moon. So this is about endings and then new beginnings, getting on another boat, moving away from 6 of Swords. Now the swords, the 5 of Swords is fuckery. So the 5 of Swords is mind games, not being authentic, maybe a bit of deceit going on. It's winning at any cost in battle. So it could be that something has come to light, some skeletons have come out of the closet. This connection is dead, over, done with. Forgiving and learning, I forgive you, you know, and then you can ask for Archangel Michael to come in and cut the cords, the connections, and then it's, I'm moving on to calmer waters, because once we've accepted and let go, we're then free. We've freed ourselves up to be open to, so yeah, 5 of Wands at the bottom, which is, they're arguing. It's battle mode. It's like, you know, I'm right, you're right. It's this winning at all costs again. It's this, look at the birds in the sky, all their feathers are flying everywhere. It's chaos. But Wands is like battles. So the end of, if we choose, because the 7s is about choice. Underneath that, we've got the 5 of Swords. So again, the 5 of Swords is, like I said, it's in mind, so it's using the mind, manipulation, to win at all costs. It fell underneath this connection, which is dead, and it could come to light that there's been some 5 of Swords going on. So this possibly being stripped down to the bone is actually the truth. The skeletons coming out of the closet are, there's been some 5 of Swords going on, manipulation, fuckery, basically. 5 of Swords is fuckery, not being honest, not being authentic. Bottom of the deck, we've got the 10 of Swords, so that's basically being stabbed in the back. Anything else on so the end of, the death of. Now if we're looking at this, if there is stuff, this is definitely from the past, because of the skeletons. It's a clearing out and then moving forward. but there does need to be, when we don't forgive, we drag it along behind us. So there needs to be some healing work that's got to be done in order for us to get on that boat on this with the Six of Swords and move on to calmer waters. Now that came out upside down, which is the Three of Cups, but it's upside down. So there could have possibly been 3 people involved, but it's upside down. So that could be the skeleton that's come out of the cupboard. Now the Three of Cups upside, the right way up is, it can also be third party, which means another person, which it could be this person here. But because it came upside down, it means that it's one, it's not anything to celebrate about, but 2, that could have ended. So that could be the skeleton in the cupboard has finally come to light, that there was Three of Cups energy going on, and it's been revealed, it's been emptied, it's emptied out. And then we've got the Page, or the Knight. He's the Page of Swords. We've got the full moon again. This is clarity. This is news coming in under this full moon. Because that's what the full moon does. The full moon illuminates that which is hidden from sight. Now, I'm just going to make sure they're all up the right way. So something's being brought to light. Skeletons in the closet are coming out. You know, where there should or maybe hasn't been celebrations or cooperations, working together. And like I say, the Three of Cups romantically can mean third party. It's upside down. So that may be what's coming to the surface. And of course, anybody who's not being authentic, being stripped down to the bone, is Five of Swords. It takes a lot of mental agility, manipulation to kind of keep 3 or 2 or more partners going at the same time. So this is basically saying it's done. If there has been any of that, it's done. We've got the Seven of Swords. So again, this raven is carrying this mouse. He's pulled it up from the ground. So the Seven of any swords energy is mental energy. So if there's been any calculating, manipulation, the raven's called it out. It's called out the mice. The mice to me represent things that are eating away at us energetically. So if there was, you know, 3 people involved in this, and it's been called out because the skeletons have come out of the closet, it's been illuminated. The Seven of Swords, the raven has actually like picked the mouse up and taken it out. So the Seven of Swords, that was has also been going on. That could be what comes to light. And that was upside down. And then we've got this, I think this is the Star card. She's holding 2 rods. I'm 100% sure this is the Star card. But it means vulnerability, because she's naked. Not only is she naked, but it means it's part of healing. I'm just going to double check. I don't know if I'll ever, there's some things that stay in my memory. It's not the Star card. There's some things that stay in and there's some things that don't. And this whole, so is it judgment? Oh, it could be judgment. Bear with. It's the world. So I'm looking at her wondering why, you know, she's got these two rods, but it's the world card. I don't think I'm going to be able to show it, but she's got a raven on the head, which is obviously the raven is the all-knowing, all-seeing. I don't know if you've seen Game of Thrones, but the three-eyed raven is about being able to see all. And her head is actually a raven. So, and then she's open and vulnerable. She's stripped down naked, apart from the knees down, which feels like she's grounded in this truth. She's holding two rods. I can't really show it because she's got bits showing, but she's got two rods, which also represents a gateway, but the world is completion. So something has come to an end, to a death, a completion of. And that Five of Wands is still at the bottom of the deck. So I'm going to go back to the romance cards and see if we can get any more. So the Seven of Swords has been called out. The Five of Swords has been called out. There are skeletons coming out of the closet. Now, what I'm noticing around this full moon is, like, you know, there is a slight Jekyll and, they call it Jekyll and Hyde, but it's more people can't keep things hidden under this moon. It's the last moon of the year as well, but it's in Gemini. So again, it is this, like, it's got to be, you know, Geminis are very much, you know, they've got to see it to believe it, matter of fact, and it could be facing up to this death of, you know, the skeleton is actually behind the divine feminine. So maybe it's the divine feminine or the divine feminine within us that has actually, you know, come to the realization that there's been Seven of Swords, Five of Swords going on, and clarity. There may have been third party. It's caused a death, or letting go of that which has actually done its course. See if we can get anything else on this connection with the skeletons in the closet, the death of being, things being stripped. You can't cover up. Now this came out sideways. I'm always pay attention to that. So religious factors. Your love life is being influenced by your religious upbringing, spiritual path. There's an enlightenment that's going on. Something has come to light. Oh, I've got lights everywhere. Something has come to light, but it came out, and that's what I pay attention to, is that it came out sideways. So it could be spiritual or religious factors that are influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. which is come out sideways. So again, this could be causing 7 of Swords, 5 of Swords, maybe too much religion, too much, you know, guilt or whatever. 7 of Swords, they use a lot of 7 of Swords in religion to cut. It's manipulation to try and get people to behave. And 5 of Swords, yeah, it's a complete, it's mind, it's all in the mind. But it's being influenced. So I'm going to leave that there because it came out sideways. So again, it's something that is transitioning through or coming to light. That religious factors might be affecting or have been affecting this connection. Or that past life relationships. Okay, so we know where we're at now. Past life relationships, you've known each other before. So this feels very much like there's illumination around this past life relationship that's coming to light, which is causing a death of, and forgiving and learning. I've just, you know, it's come to light. Maybe we've been together before. We need to close this out. It could have been based on religious factors, but that came out sideways. And let your friends help you. Ask and accept for support from others. So when we come back, this definitely does look like a past life connection, relationship. When we come back, we do come, we've all decided to come back at this moment in time, and we are going to meet past life relationships. Let your friends help you. Ask and accept for support from others. So if you're having problems understanding why this hasn't worked, what is going on, it's really asking you to get down to the bare bones and say, right, I need some help with this. Ask and accept help. And that could not just be from your friends, but that could also be from your guides, ancestors. Let's see what the angels have to say. So put the raven over there. I'm not going to look at the time. So give us a bit more on this connection. The death of, which is always, you know, the start of. The death is the beginning, the rebirth. But it's past life. We're clearing out. This is what we've come here to do, so we can come into union on a whole new level. We don't have to carry around. We've, you know, been here many times before, and a lot of us reincarnated for this time on Earth. But you know, we can't keep reliving our past lives, or repeating. You know, this is these are all new to me as well. So maybe when I do see that card with the skeleton on, I know what it means next time. But it is what it is. So there's something that's been learnt And there needs to be some forgiving and letting go. And it may have been that there was third party, which is why it's now upside down. We don't do third party. We don't get involved. That fell out on religious beliefs. Heaven has provided so many blessings. Your family members are bonded and working together. The children are provided for, and a comfortable retirement will one day come along. You've taught your family the grace that comes from knowing right from wrong, and you should be very proud. Now that fell out on top of religious factors. So it could be, this is foundational work. The Ten of Abundance is like the Ten of Pentacles, but it's the grace that comes from knowing right or wrong. So somebody here in this connection has very strong spiritual upbringings to know the difference between right and wrong, to know that we don't, Seven of Swords, you know, use manipulation or mind games with the Five of Swords. Oh, no, that is the Five of Swords, sorry. Seven of Swords has been called out because somebody in this relationship, this past life relationship, has very strong foundations in the family and the grace that comes from knowing right or wrong. So they just know, they're just feeling it. A feeling. But there needs to be some forgiving and letting go here. Forgiving, you know, people for not recognizing when they are manipulative and playing mind games, because it's quite possible that that is something that has been normal in the family. But it's obviously that's not the we're moving forward. That's not the kind. That's not the best. That's not a foundation for the healthy relationships that we want to be building and teaching our children, our grandchildren, and their grandchildren. And it is dying out. It's the thing is it's being, we're becoming so more intuitive now. We can call it out, and we should call it out when we see it. I mean, I'm not saying get involved in other people's relationships, but if it affects us, call it out. I'm sorry, but I feel like you're Five of Swording me. Be like, what the fuck are you going on about? So we've got, oh, I love this. We've got the Nine of Abundance. Life is wonderful, and your hard work and dedication to your dreams will provide you with great peace and contentment. Take time to enjoy quiet moments of reflection and leisure. Feel free to buy yourself small luxury gifts. You've earned the financial security and independence you're now enjoying. This is somebody who's well content on their own, can generate their own happiness without having to rely on anybody else. And she's on this swing, which says to me like she's in the flow. She's in the balance. It's the divine feminine here, treating herself the way we're kind of brought up to believe that it should come from somebody else. So she's buying herself flowers and chocolates and having, you know, cooking herself nice meals, treating herself. 9 of abundance, completely happy and content in her own space. We've got the 2 of emotion at the bottom. So a relationship grows closer as 2 people fall in love, or a current relationship grows much stronger. Friendships may deepen into a spiritual connection. Mutual respect and understanding exist or will develop. Don't give up on a relationship that feels challenging. There's still hope. But that is, again, it's equal giving and taking. And it's a spiritual connection. So this is definitely, if it's a past life connection that's coming up to clear any skeletons in the closet or things that aren't seen, it could deepen the connection. Not to say that it's an actual relationship, but a spiritual connection, which a past life relationship is a spiritual connection. But this 9 of abundance is like, I'm happy on my own. Which could be attracting more spiritual based relationships. I'm just going to ask for one more. So we've got the world. That's like a lesson that's been closed out. I don't know. I can't. That had angels on it. It's like a lesson that's closed out because of learning to recognize red flags, I guess. Red flags are 5 of swords, not being completely honest, winning at all costs, you know, and 7 of swords is very calculated, manipulated. It's all in the mind. It's all, you know, thinking about things, planning, whereas we are moving more into our heart space, heart-centered relationships, spiritual connections, which are deepening. 6 of thought, peaceful times are on the horizon. The storms have passed, and now you can see your destination is within sight. The stress in your life will begin to fade away, allowing for happier times. It may be necessary to take a journey over water or to another country. Now that's interesting because obviously we've got the 6 of cups here. Again, this is a ship on water. Now the water can represent emotions as well. So the 6 of thought, which is the 6 of swords, is moving on to calmer waters. It's the boat on the still waters after all the fuckery has come to light. And then again, you've got the 6 of, and this is under the full moon. So things are going to be coming up to the surface. So for clarity, so we can forgive and we can move on. We can put the, you know, get rid of the skeletons in the cupboard. Bottom of the deck here also, we had honeymoon as well. So this is all about stuff coming up to the surface. Is that a moon? Or is that the sun? But it's so that we can move forward. Now this guy, honeymoon, enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. I'm sure he's got angel wings on his back. But it's definitely about clearing out the old, the death of, this is or was a past life relationship, possibly with spiritual or religious foundations, but it's about forgiving and learning to recognize it. It could deepen the connection, but maybe not romantically. Six of Forks. If there was any Three of Cups going on, which is third party, then that's possibly what's come to light, or is the skeleton in the closet, because it's come out upside down. And we've got flirt. Flirt. I think that's just extend your light-hearted energy to others. About, you know, possibly finding the comedy in it. Maybe. Looking on the bright side. So I'm just going to have a look at the Psychic Tarot and then we'll wrap it up. But I do feel like this is a past life connection. It's a past life connection that we've just learnt. And the death of, letting go of, completing the cycle, recognizing when there's Seven of Swords, Five of Swords. Somebody, you know, the foundations, the spiritual foundations are, well, I wouldn't, you know, you can't get away with Seven of Swords or Five of Swords on somebody who's got a spiritual awakening, because they see it. Please let me know in the comments if this is making any sense, and I really would love it if you could give it a thumbs up, because I've noticed I get views, but I don't, it just kind of, it's not more for me, but I think if there's more thumbs up, people tend to watch it. Possibly, I don't know. Who knows how it works. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for subscribing. So if there was third party, or it's definitely come to an end, and that could be that it's because it's come to light it was a past life relationship, and now it's time to move on to calmer waters. Look at 3 cards with boats on water, which is the emotions, but it's being on top of them, and all the waters are still. What fell out? Ooh. Hope. Hope. His hands are open. It's a number 17. I mean, there's not really a lot I can say about that, you know, apart from that it's illumination again, but it's you've got to have your hands open. If there's all this attachment going on in the mental, hope is, I mean, that it's a massive ball of light. 1 and 7 is obviously 8 as well. But it's like you've got to have your hands free to even expect to see a glimmer of it. And then love begins. So that's pouring into the same cup. We're going to water this together. But this could also be internally. This is Oh, mind you, we did get the Two of Cups as well. Sacral chakra. Sorry. So this is like, oh, my friend gave me the most beautiful stone, which is, but the sacral chakra is about solar plexus, creativity. The sacral chakra is like grounding. It's that sexual energy. It's that fire energy. I'm going to read it. I need to get it. There's no point in giving half a... If we're going to do this, let's do this properly. Sacral. So orange, yeah, element of water, ovaries, I want. Known as the sacral chakra, the second chakra is located 2 fingers below your navel and relates to emotions, desires, creativity, and sexuality. So to get that feel. To keep this chakra balanced, it's an energy flowing. Try dancing, moving your hips, lower abdomen, using colour meditation, practice yoga, express your sexuality and nurture yourself. And remember, you do matter. So again, yeah, that is like saying, I don't do third party. Crown chakra, number 7 at the bottom of the deck. So I'm going to leave that one with flirt. Still got the 5 of Wands, 4 of Action, which is foundations, and we're going to close with a rose. But it's definitely, this is around a past life relationship. Doesn't necessarily, it might strengthen it. But there's a death, and that can only suggest a new beginning. Based on, you've taught your family grace that comes with knowing right from wrong, and you should be very proud. It's got to be based on that. If they don't, oh, that felt like, so we've got the reunion, soul recognition, collaboration, partnership and friendship. So that goes along with coming together, the 2, hope. Let's see what else we've got. The Great Mother. There's quite a few that jumped out here. So we've got the Great Mother. Surrender to the mystery. Fall into her arms. So that's about letting go of control. Something's definitely come to an end. The Thorn. Protection, boundaries and clear communication. That's definitely a no. Without having to explain yourself why. I don't do third party. I don't do 7 of Swords. I don't do 5 of Swords. 5 of Swords also can come up when people are talking about you behind your back and then being really nice to your face. It's a bit of it's a bit of fuckery. We've got Sophia, divine plan, wisdom, intelligence within destiny. Divine plan, wisdom, intelligence within, and destiny. So that's knowing. Again, that's that illuminating. Something's coming to light. Something's coming up to the surface, out from the closet, being stripped down to the bone. Let's get to the bones of this. Let's see, you know, what's going on. But it's destined. Come to me, attracting like a rose. Receive abundance and desires. So it's, I am open to receiving abundance and my desires met without any resistance, without trying to take control. And also, what else did I want to say there? Being stripped down to the bone, being vulnerable, but also saying no. I love you lots. Please let me know in the comments how you feel.